up on Fulton today, what does the future hold for the county's youngest and oldest citizens? Residents respond with their ideas in a series of planning forums. And Fulton's first responders remind us about the importance of having a fire safety plan. We'll tell you why. Fulton Today starts right now. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. We began with Fulton County's effort to hear from you about two very popular programs. Now, nearly $23 million of Fulton County's 2015 budget is allocated for services with aging and youth. Well, recently, new leadership was named for that department, and now the director wants to hear directly from the public about how it's handling its services. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has the story.
Behind me is one of 15 forums that are allowing residents to shape the future of the Aging and Youth Department. Residents and community leaders are expressing what services they would like to see and are also learning about the core values of the department. New ideas and questions were welcome.
We want to hear from you.
The Department of Aging and Youth wants to know what programs work and what could be improved.
We want to make sure that the services that we give to children, youth, and seniors actually effectively impact our customer base.
The new Director of Aging and Youth, Dr. John Thompson, will use residents' feedback so the department can identify any issues and set up a list of priorities.
Having innovative practices and making sure that we're rolling out programs that focus on the most at risk and the most vulnerable residents in the county.
This first forum focused on youth, which make up about 28.2% of the population in Fulton County. Already, the Office of Children and Youth has 3 areas of services: family support, leadership development, and community service.
It is true that it takes more than just mom and dad to help raise children. So as a network of services to safeguard our children from falling into traps that could change their lives forever, it's important for us to work together and provide those services to help our children be successful.
The last forum is October 8th at 6 p.m. at the Bowden Senior Multipurpose Facility. After that, the department will work on their strategic plan and present the ideas to the Board of Commissioners. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Meanwhile, justice leaders give residents a better understanding of the legal system. Superior Court's Family Division, in partnership with the Atlanta Bar Association and the Georgia State Bar, is hosting a series of educational workshops on family law for free. The workshops will be able to address basic rules for all cases and answer specific questions.
I think it's important to have these kind of events so that folks are just informed about their rights. There's a lot of misinformation that's out there, a lot of backyard lawyers who just impart information that's just not accurate and can be harmful to folks. So by coming to something like this, you're able to say, oh, these are what my rights are, and also have resources to go to get more information.
I came in to get information on my particular sensitive case, and I just happened to walk in the clerk's office told me that they're doing a workshop that will benefit me. So I decided to attend just to further educate myself on the right things to do in court.
The free workshops are held on second Tuesday of the month in the Jury Assembly Room in the Justice Center Towers. While there is no cost for the workshop, you must register in advance. You can get information by calling 404-612-2709. As more and more grandparents are raising their grandchildren, they are looking for resources for what is often a very tough job. Juvenile court is trying to assist. The court hosted a Grandparents Raising Grandchildren resource fair.
Here at Juvenile Court, we have a number of grandparents who are now charged with the responsibility of raising their grandchildren. Some of it is very overwhelming for them. Some of it is very daunting for them. Some of them, they don't know where to go for resources. So we wanted to make sure that we provided an avenue where all of the available resources were under one roof so they could answer whatever questions that they needed. So that's what we came up with the resource fair.
Representatives from Juvenile Court, Human Services, Health and Wellness, and others partnered to provide this assistance.
To me, the support group means a lot, because when you get through with all the headache, pains, and tears, you need help from someone. So when you go to the support group, they are there to help you. All you have to do is go in, put all your pains, headaches on the table, and the group will support you.
According to an American Community Survey, more than 100,000 grandparents in Georgia were raising their grandchildren in 2009. County leaders outlined their strategy to measure their success in terms of how they deliver services to residents. Dick Anderson was joined by his chief executive team as he outlined his game plan for the future of the largest county in the state.
We wanted to be first in 3 areas. So that is the logo, of course, that you see on our shirts and you see around our buildings. And as we communicate, first, Fulton County first in 3. Those 3 areas, I think, all go together. And achieving excellence in those 3 areas are what really are the guiding principles, along with having an engaged workforce, engaged people.
And to do that, the county has partnered with Accenture to help with key assessments, including management structure, IT access, customer service, efficiency, and the Board of Commissioners' priorities.
When you think about the board saying that our goal is to ensure that all people are safe in Fulton County, all people are self-sufficient, all people have economic opportunities, all people culturally and recreationally enriched, all people are healthy, as well as all people having trust in government to be efficient and effective.
Fulton's workforce also weighed in on county service. More than 3,600 employees responded to a survey to help leaders shape the future for the county. Recent big alarm fires has Fulton's first responders reminding the public about the need and the importance of having a fire escape plan and smoke detectors. Deputy Fire Chief Jack Butler is with the Fulton County Fire Department. Sir, good to see you again, and thank you for being on Fulton today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So first things first, let's talk about the importance of having an escape plan.
The importance of having a fire escape plan is one of necessity when it comes to a fire and not panicking. If you have that plan and you practice that plan, you will not panic in that moment that you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it is very important that we have a plan and we practice those plans.
And Chief, exactly what should this plan include?
Well, the plan should include a drawing of your home to include doors and windows. Within that plan, you should have 2 ways that you can get out of your home. Normally, the first one is the front door, or that door that you enter to get into your home. The second way could be a window, or if the main way of egress is blocked, which way would you get out? Would it be the back door? Would it be a window? So you make your drawing, you show the arrow that goes to the first way out and an arrow that goes to the second way out, making sure that everyone in the home participate in making this drawing so that everyone knows exactly what you're trying to do.
And what about apartment dwellers? What kind of escape plan should they have?
I think that with apartment, the same things apply. If you're in an apartment, you still have to have that plan that shows your windows and doors. You have to make sure that you understand that there are more people in the apartment complex than just you. So the biggest thing is making sure that you know how to get out of that front door. If it's going to be through a window for your second way out, you make sure that is it above grade. If it's above grade, you can purchase things like collapsible ladders that can get you out of that window. Now, these ladders should be looked at as being age appropriate. A lot of times you have kids or what have you that are not old enough to do that. If you're in an apartment complex that has an elevator, you don't want to necessarily use that elevator because you shouldn't do that when there's a fire situation.
And Chief Butler, give me your final thoughts.
I think the best thing to understand about a home escape plan is having that plan keeps you from panicking. Knowing multiple ways out gives you those options that you need. Making sure that the whole family practice the plan. You want to do that twice a year at a minimum. Practice it once during the day, once during the night. The best saying is, when you get out, you stay out. That's always a fact. Now, once you get out, you want to be able to go to a location that everyone has agreed upon and is on the plan, so that when everyone is out, everyone meets at that location. Whether it is a mailbox across the street, the big oak tree in your neighbor's yard, whatever that may be, you get out. Dial 911 and we're on our way.
Deputy Chief Jack Butler with the Fulton County Fire Department. Sir, always great information. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And still to come, residents asked their commissioners face-to-face for some assistance. We'll tell you what they wanted in our district-by-district coverage next. Fulton turns over property to a North Fulton city, and residents address issues of concern directly to their commissioners. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage. We begin with the chairman's effort to help get people back to work. Chairman John Eves and the county's workforce development team will host a career expo next month. However, job seekers can get help next week with their resumes and interview skills. A job readiness preparation workshop will be held on October 1st and October 8th at the locations right there on your screen. Then the Career Expo will be held on October 14th.
You don't want to come dressed for the positions that are available. You want to come dressed for the position that you want, okay? And that's always a good rule of thumb when preparing for job fairs, job interviews, or anything like that. So it's very important to dress for success. Anytime you have a networking event or anything like that, come prepared.
Now, if you need more information on the workshops or the fair, contact the county's Workforce Development Office. In District 1, the property for the county's old Alpharetta Library will soon be turned over to the city of Alpharetta. Fulton's commissioners agreed to donate the land located at 238 Canton Street. The library system vacated the property in June of this year and opened the new branch in the Alpharetta City Center in July.
I think it's important that this facility be kept in the hands of the public. You know, we represent the same people in Alpharetta, the county and the city. And so I'm very pleased that we were able to come up with a partnership with Alpharetta, not only to build our new library, but then to ensure that this particular piece of property continues to serve the public.
The county will formally turn the property over to the city of Alpharetta by October 1st in just a few weeks. District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. hosts another town hall forum to hear from his constituents. The South Fulton and Atlanta representative presented his district dialogues conversation at Zoo Atlanta. Residents expressed concern about a myriad of issues in District 5 and the community as a whole.
I'm so glad to be here at the zoo tonight for our third quarter district dialogue. We've been getting great response from consumers and residents about the services. We attempt to bring out the different directors, different community, different departments, community organizations, so that people can have direct contact to the people that are providing the services.
Commissioner Arrington is hosting several community meetings all around his district in upcoming months. To get the details, visit FultonCommission5.com. And finally, in District 6, Commissioner Emma I. Darnell hosts her first in a series of town hall meetings with her constituents. The longtime commissioner meets face-to-face with residents at the South Fulton Service Center. The commissioner wanted to hear from the group on areas of concern that some of them had raised in previous community meetings. Issues like public safety, public works, human services, and economic development.
It's been a great, well-attended meeting tonight. Room is packed. That means that we have concerned citizens that live in unincorporated South Fulton County. Regardless of what anybody says, we really care about where we live and how we live.
I had a concern, and that has been addressed. Abandoned houses in the neighborhood. So one of those had been removed, and I'm so happy, and I wanted to just hear what was in the future.
I was just so pleased to report and reaffirm that the state of District 6 is excellent. We look forward to continuing our conversations with all the residents of District 6 to the end that we make a great place even greater.
There are a few more the State of District 6 Town Hall meetings scheduled. You can visit the Commissioner's website for all of the details. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with a rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come, employees hit the streets for their annual wellness campaign. We'll tell you why they did it for you when we come back. Fulton County continues its big push to keep its workforce physically fit. The idea? The less it has to spend on medical expenses, the more it can spend on county services. So, Fulton County employees and their families celebrated staying fit by taking part in this year's Step Into Wellness event. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has the story.
Whether they ran or walked.
It was difficult. It was difficult, but I finished.
Employees, their families, and residents competed in a 5K or 10K walk-run through Government Center downtown.
You can hear the cheering going on as everybody's going across the finish line. Everybody's lifting everybody up, raising their spirits, and having a great time.
This was the 6th year the popular event has been held. Wellness coordinators got participants warmed up before race time by leading fitness routines on a closed portion of Pryor Street. After the race, trophies were presented to the top runners. And no matter the skill level, all are encouraged to participate.
Well, we bring our seniors out every year, and it's just getting them into walking and being healthy and letting them know that it doesn't matter what their age is, that they can continue to keep doing something. We tell them just put one foot in front of the other.
Now, it wouldn't be a family event without activities for children. Those too young to join the race were entertained in the Government Center Atrium Kids Zone, doing arts and crafts. And this is just one of the wellness events Blue Cross Blue Shield sponsors to keep employees healthy by keeping insurance costs down.
We have a running club, walk club, so there's a lot of things that employees can do throughout the year that keeps them healthy. So we think it's very important to keep our employees healthy because we feel healthy employees are productive employees.
Reporting for FGTV, I'm Lynn Vaughn.
Thank you very much, Lynn. National kudos is given to a county health professional for her work in fighting health disparities. Health Services Program Manager Jennifer Bartle is now one of the graduates of the prestigious Addressing Health Disparities Leadership Program. Only 25 people in the U.S. are chosen for this 10-month course.
A lot of what I learned in the program will help me address health disparities here in Fulton County, including access to care, access to fresh fruits and vegetables, cooking classes, and really inform the type of programming that we offer here so that families can get the best of what we have to offer.
Bartle coordinates health programs like Cooking with Choices, classes at Oak Hill Child, Adolescent, and Family Center. She also manages the Clubhouse for Youth. Now, that program provides after-school and Saturday education, prevention, and counseling services for youth with a history of substance abuse. For information about any of those programs, you can call 404-612-4111. Seniors learn an important lesson on how to keep their identity and their finances from harm's way. This group gathered at the Helene S. Mills facility to listen to a guest speaker from the U.S. Postal Inspection Service about mail fraud and lottery scams. The organizer handed out pamphlets and gave examples of popular scams.
We don't want you to fall victim to those Jamaican lottery scams telling you that you've won $10,000 and you have to pay a fee. A sweepstakes or a lottery should be fun and free. And that's what we want you to know. If you had to pay, you were scammed.
The organizers say seniors are a target for these con artists because they are often compassionate and easily persuaded.
The most important thing that I'm taking away is the fact that I do have an outlet to get rid of the junk mail and everything. I have grocery bags, and I told the instructor about the grocery bags full of junk mail. So now I know that I can do something about that.
Another popular con is sending a check in the mail and asking the recipient to deposit it and send back a portion. The checks end up being bogus. For information on events geared toward our seniors, you can call our Star line at 404-613-6000. And when we come back, a picturesque celebration of the legendary Tuskegee Airmen. Stay with us. Fulton residents are getting the exercise they need by taking part in a popular class at the library. A full class of about 20 students packed the Roswell Branch Library for this lively session of Zumba. One student says this activity really helped her to get on her feet after she recovered from bone and breast cancer.
And I was down for a while, so I decided to take something that's going to make these bones work so they wouldn't get stiff because I was out. So it really is helping me with my health.
Participants followed the lead of the instructor, who taught them several new dance routines that got their hearts pumping.
Zumba's just a lot of fun. It's a big party, and I think that's what draws everybody.
What I get out of Zumba class is everything. Fun, excitement, exercise, and a good time and meet new people.
The nonprofit group, Friends of the Roswell Library, raises funds to pay for classes just like these, so it's free to all residents. For information on classes and events at the library, go to afpls.org. And finally, an exhibit is now on display that honors the legendary Tuskegee Airmen. The Aviation Community Cultural Center held a grand opening celebration for the Nest of Eagles exhibit. It is a salute to the 75-year legacy of the Tuskegee Airmen nationally. It is also the 40th anniversary of the Atlanta chapter of Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated.
I'm sort of partial because I know a lot of the people up there, so it's nice seeing their pictures. Those that have passed and those that are still with us, I enjoy it.
We have some really unique things. Certainly the P-51 Mustang flying model, which is pretty big. It's about 7 feet wide. The wingspan is about 7 feet wide. We have some very rare photographs and some actually new paintings by local artists, which I really love.
The exhibit features historic photos and memorabilia, and it will run through February 27th. The Tuskegee Airmen is the popular name of a group of African-American military pilots who fought in World War II. For information on the exhibit, go to fultonarts.org. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram, and of course, anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.